Hello, my name is Brandon Jones, and this is week 5 of my capstone project, Jettisoned. Alright, in this week, we went and made our fortification logic use a touch and drag system rather than just a click and put it in a place. So we can drag around the object, and when we place it, it's placed there. We can put down another object. We cannot place it on top of something. If it would go on in an invalid space or out of the map, then the object is treated as unable to be placed. So otherwise we can put it down on another thing. We can also move objects that are already placed, which we couldn't do in the previous functionality. So something like a wall we place down and move it here, we can move that there. We can move this, and we can move any of these things around. We can even take it and rotate it and put it down. So all of those things work that way. The touch and drag system, I feel, is a bit more intuitive than the placing objects. Alright, so we have our start position, our safe is right here, and we have a wall here. Okay, so we're going to start the game. We're in the start position that we added, and here's the safe. The safe you cannot walk through. It holds the fuel cell or other objects. The wall we cannot walk through also, but we can see both the safe and the obstacle in the obstacle, which is the wall. The trap, on the other hand, is hidden and can't be seen until we step on it. And so that you can pass through, but once you've hit it, it's done, and it's right in here. So once we step on it, it's activated, and it would start up a mini game at that point. Mini games are happening next week, so we'll have some more interesting things there. Disabling, you can disable, which will once again trigger a mini game on a wall or a safe. And once I've deactivated something like a wall or a safe for that matter, something that wasn't passable previously is passable. So we look, we go around, and the safe object, once we've disabled it, we can walk onto it to pick up whatever it was on in there. So now the safe is empty, it's black, and once we get to the end, we finish the game. So that is all of the three major types of things, of objects within the game. So we have traps, which are invisible until you step on them, and then they're activated and a mini game happens. And then we have walls and safes, which you can't move through. And that is the basic three things in the game. So we're going to look briefly at the code. One of the more interesting things was the touch and drag functionality. So here is the touch and drag functionality basically once you let it go. So while you're moving, once you've clicked it, I'll open that up real quick. It should be in tile object, update, which is somewhere around here, wherever update is. I'll find it eventually. Here it is. Okay, so once you've touched the object, it starts dragging it, and it's just going to set the object to whatever position your mouse is at. So once that's done, once you've let go of the button, it sets up this whole placing logic. The placing logic goes through all the tiles in the room, figures out which one is closest, and tries to place it there. If it can't place it properly, then it will destroy the object or set it back to its original position. So that is the basic logic here. We have our overlap to see if it's overlapping another point. We have the distance check, and finally we have the place tile. So this also works with our build amounts actually. Let's go and demo that real quick, and then we'll wrap this video up. So once you've selected something, we have a build account, so you can't make any more of these start tiles. But if you were to destroy it, then you can once again set it back. So we can click this and set it somewhere. So that is the general logic. Next week we're going to work with the mini games, which is a pretty big part of the game. It's actually adds in the challenge and strategy and actually slowing down the enemy so that you can find their fuel source first, or it slows you down so they can find yours first. So that's next week. I'll see you then.